And I want to welcome you into Zions Bank Stadium as we get ready to kick off the two-way semifinals, game number 2. It is the number 2 Waterford Ravens taking on the number 3 Rowland Hall Wing Lions. I'm Alex Napolis. We get ready here for semifinal action. It is the Waterford Ravens in the blue. They'll be going to the right of your screen here in the first half. It is the Wing Lions in the white. They'll go to the left. The Mazer Prep Academy Lions await their opponent in the two-way championship game. Will it be the Waterford Ravens coming into this one at 14-2 overall in the season? They finished 7-2 in Region 17 play. Or will it be the Winged Lions, who went 11-3 overall in the season and finished 7-1 in Region 17 play? Final preparations as we get ready to kick off action in game number 2.
The goalkeeper for Rowland Hall is Arlo Hutchman. In goal for Waterford, Marcel Davis. Soccer fans, are you ready?
Final preparations, and we're underway as the Rowland Hall Wing Lions get us started off here in game number 2 of the two-way semifinals. Tracking that ball down is Hanrahan. Goes all the way back to Hotchman, the goalkeeper. Plays it across to Moore. Moore up the sideline to Anthony Pinto. Back to Moore. Moore tries to play it over the top. Does. Able to find the feet of Miles Lee. But he goes out of bounds and out. And now a throw-in coming up here for the Waterford Ravens. Ball played in quickly. Zavala. Nicely done by the Ravens to keep possession in the attack there. That was a ball played in behind by Simeon Paul. Comes out the other way, and now Waterford retained possession. Ball played in towards the top of the 18. Tracking it down is Camden Judd for the Ravens. Judd goes out wide here to the near sideline for Peed. Peed crosses it in. Spilled by Hotchman and collects. Arlo Hotchman, the goalkeeper for the Wing Lions, picking it up and booting it away, averting the danger from the Ravens. Now ball over the top for Lee. Lee giving chase, but defending well is Matt Jones. Zavala, who plays it back. Now here's Jones. Jones boots this one away. Moore with the header. Tracked down by Paul. And now Fukushima for the Wing Lions. Gets it to Moore. Ball played up to Jones. And one back by Paul. Paul goes to ground, plays it back to Peed. Peed goes all the way back to Baldio Gonzalez, who plays it across to Jones. Cut out by Pinto. That ball will go out of bounds and out. A throw-in coming up here for the Waterford Ravens on the near sideline. It will be Jack P to throw it in. Peed plays it in. Tracking it down is Sabi. And Furaji can't keep it in. That's Chambi.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spice.
For the Waterford Ravens. For the Ravens, they come into this one again at 14-2 overall in the season. They finished with a 7-2 Region 17 record for a third-place finish. They are the number 2 seed. 74 goals scored on the season, 17 goals against. Took down number 15 American Leadership Academy 9-2 in the opening round, and then in the after their first round bye, and in the quarterfinals took down number 7 South Summit 2-0 to set themselves up here in a semifinal matchup against the Winged Lions. Last season, the Ravens eliminated in the quarterfinals by the eventual champions in the Mazer Prep Lions. This year in the semifinals, looking for their opportunity to make it to the championship game. 7-time state champions for the Waterford Ravens, last time winning it in 2018. Trying to end a little bit of a title drought there for the Ravens this season. For the Wing Lions, led by head coach Joe Murray, his 6th year in charge, finished 11-3 overall in the season with a 7-1 Region 17 record, finished 2nd in that region, just behind the Mesa Prep Academy Lions. The number 3 seed with 49 goals scored on the season, 27 goals against. Got the first round bye, took down number 19 Enterprise 2-1 in their second round matchup. And then in the quarterfinals, took down number 6 St. Joseph 8-5, a high scoring affair to set themselves up here in the semifinals. Last year was eliminated to American Heritage in the quarterfinals. This year looking for state championship number 5, last time winning it, the Rowland Wing Lions back in 2024. Out of bounds and out, a throw-in coming up for the Lions. Javi Fierro trying to bring it in. Instead it goes out of bounds. Waterford back in possession. Here's Zavala who plays it back to Baldio Gonzalez. One back by the Wing Lions. Here's Fierro. Cuts inside. Nicely defended and cut out by Luca Poole as that ball will go out of bounds and out. A throw in for the Wing Lions over on the far sideline in the attacking third. Fierro trying to play it in. The flag comes up, an offside flag is raised. And now we'll have a free kick coming up here for Waterford as they'll look to boot this one away. The Ravens and the Wing Lions already faced off against each other once in the regular season. The Wing Lions came out on top with a 2-1 scoreline over the Ravens. Headed through by Adrian Jones, only to find the feet of Mac Jones for the Ravens. Now played over to the far sideline for Luca Poole. Does a good job to keep it in. Tracking it down is Fran Fierro, who plays it over the top. Can't keep it in bounds. It'll go out of bounds and out. And a throw-in coming up for the Ravens over on the far sideline. Throw in now for the Wing Lions as Jack Gibbons will play it in. Here comes Rowland Hall onto the attack, cleared away by Mac Jones. Another ball that goes out of bounds. Another throw in for Rowland Hall over on the far sideline as Gibbons will play it in. Fierro brings it down. Fierro plays it in centrally to Adrian Jones. Heavy touch. Cut out by the Ravens. Anthony Pinto will keep possession here for Rowland Hall. Plays it to the near sideline for Miles Lee. Ball given away. And now played up. Here comes an opportunity for Hunter Marshall. Marshall cuts over to his right. Marshall into the box. Marshall takes the shot. And Hutchman comes up with the save. The sophomore Hunter Marshall with the first big opportunity of the game. It belongs to the Ravens. As Waterford so close to opening the scoring there. Hotchman coming up with a nice save. Waterford back in possession. Quickly one back by Rowland Hall. Here's Fierro who will play it back to Fukushima. Opportunity now for Camden Judd for the Waterford Ravens. Quickly one back by Rowland Hall. Here's Adrian Jones, who plays it to the near sideline for Miles Lee. Lee plays it in centrally. And one back by Waterford. Anthony Pinto cutting it out. Lee plays it to Hannaran. Trying to find Gibbons over on the far sideline. Can't connect. It'll go out of bounds and out. And a throw-in coming up for the Ravens on that far sideline. Ball played in. Lost by Zavala. Now Judd plays it to the near sideline, looking for Paul. Paul trying to track it down. Pinto there defensively gets it back to Hotchin, and Hotchin who plays it away. Jack Peed gets it in centrally. As Chabi with a heavy touch. Given away. Adrian Jones plays it to Hanrahan. Now Fierro, who goes out wide to Gibbons. Hanrahan lets it run through, and nicely defended by Leo Gonzalez. It'll go out of bounds and out over on that far sideline. Throw-in coming up here for the Rowland Hall Winged Lions. Jack Gibbons to throw it in. Cleared away by Waterford. Trying to track it down there is Jameson Moore. It'll go out of bounds and out. Waterford to throw it in. Ball comes into Chabi. Mac Jones. Gonzalez plays it up. Nicely cut out by Fierro. Fran Fierro in possession for the Rowland Hall Winged Lions. Over on that far sideline, plays it through, trying to find Von Lintel. Von Lintel keeps possession. Nicely defended by Leo Gonzalez. And Leo Gonzalez draws the foul, the whistle, and the free kick coming up here for the Waterford Ravens. Opportunity to boot this one away. Off the free kick, cleared away by Mac Jones. It is Camden Judd does a nice job to bring it in. Now ball played into Hunter Marshall. Marshall with an opportunity inside the box, takes the shot, deflected by Moore. How about it? Jamison Moore, the junior, coming across and denies the opportunity from Hunter Marshall. A corner kick coming up here for Waterford. 28-36 left to go here in the first half. Set piece opportunity coming up for the Ravens. It'll be Chabi to take the free kick. Chabi whips it in near post. Across the face of goal. Nobody there. Now loose ball. Poke through the shot. Get it saved. Hutchman coming up with the save to deny the Waterford Ravens. That shot from distance and now safely into the hands of Hotchman. Big opportunity for the Ravens to try to open the scoring, but Hotchman denying the opportunity. Mac Jones can't hit it cleanly. It'll just go back safely into the hands of Marcel Davis for Waterford. Davis boots this one up and away. Fierro plays it in behind. Lee is there. Lee takes a touch, beats the goalkeeper, and puts it in. Miles Lee opens the scoring, and the Rowland Hall Winged Lions take the lead. Miscommunication on the back line between Marcel Davis and his defense. Miles Lee steals it away from the goalkeeper, has the open net, puts it into the back of the net, and it's 1-0 Rowland Hall. How will the Waterford Ravens respond?
The Lion goal was scored by number 11, Miles Lee.
Leo Gonzalez tries to play it up to the far sideline for Singh, who just came in. Can't connect. It'll go out of bounds. Throw-in coming up for Rowland Hall. in the attacking half. Trying to play it over the top for Fierro. Sing there defensively. Now we have a whistle, the foul, and a free kick coming up here for Waterford. Free kick for the Ravens, down 1-0. Ball booted up and away. Adrian Jones. That ball cleared up and away. Jamison Moore gets a boot on it. Tabi tracks it down. Tabi with an opportunity, plays it up. Hunter Marshall pokes it through. Tracking it down now is Jack Peed. Peed gets past Pinto. Peed crosses it in, back post. Nobody there. It goes out the other way, out of bounds and out, and a goal kick coming up here for Rowland Hall. Waterford with an opportunity. Can't find anybody inside the box, though. It goes out of bounds and out, and a goal kick, and an opportunity for Arlo Hutchman to put this one away. That ball goes out of bounds. Miles Lee will leave it for Pinto. Pinto throws it in, gets it to Lee, the goal scorer. Lee makes one defender miss, plays it in centrally, and cleared away by Mario Gonzalez. Tabi now in possession. Tabi will go all the way back to his goalkeeper in Marcel Davis. Here's Fierro. Plays it back. The shot from Von Lintel, and it goes over the bar and out. Tatum Von Lintel with an opportunity there for Rowland Hall to try to double the lead. Can't put it on frame. It'll go over the bar and out for the goal kick. Dragging it down here for the Ravens, it's Luca Poole. Plays it back to Mac Jones. Trying to get it back to Poole, instead given away. It goes out of bounds and out, and a goal kick coming up, or excuse me, a throw-in coming up here. Here's Miles Lee back in possession for Rowland Hall. Poole does a good job defensively. Pinto tracks it down. Pinto cuts it back to the near sideline. Leaves it for Lee. Back to Pinto. Lee up the sideline. Lee inside to Adrian Jones. Mac Jones there defensively, clears it out, and now played out by Zavala. Given away. Here's Fierro. Fierro trying to play it back towards Lee, instead takes a deflection and goes safely into the hands of Marcel Davis. Davis here will boot this one away for Waterford. Zavala trying to track it down. Here's Zavala. Ball ends up back with Roberto Baldillo Gonzalez. Zavala plays it up to Chabi. Chabi gets it up to Marshall. Marshall trying to play back in centrally to Chabi. Adrian Jones for the Rowland Hall Wing Lions. Ball given away. Poole there to win it back. Now quickly won back by Rowland Hall defensively. Now here's Jack Peed. Gets it through to Hunter Marshall, and it'll go out of bounds and out. Throw in coming up for the Waterford Ravens prior to substitution, as it looks like number 18, Aaron Chow, back into the game. Off comes number 29, James Kirkham. Marshall plays it to the near sideline for Pede. This is Judd. Judd trying to take the shot from distance. Nicely defended by Fukushima. Down goes Judd. The whistle and the foul called. A free kick coming up here as Javier Fierro sees yellow. Fierro goes into the book. Yellow card caution issued, and we'll have a free kick coming up here for the Waterford Ravens. An opportunity to try to find the equalizer. Down 1-0 with 21:38 left to go. Ball whipped in by Marshall. Arlo Hotchman there to make the save.
Number 33, Elisha Hyman.
Marcel Davis will pick it up for the Ravens. Opportunity here to play it away. Ball comes in centrally. Trying to play it. Hunter Marshall will play it to Pete. Takes the shot. Hutchman puts it over the bar. Jack Pede taking the shot. So close for the equalizer. But Arlo Hotchman comes up with the save and denies the opportunity. Corner kick coming up here for Waterford prior to substitution as
Coming in for Rowland,
Simeon
number
Paul
20,
back into the game.
Javier Fierro.
Javi Fierro also back in.
Number 14, Simeon Paul.
Tommy to take the corner here for Waterford. Ball whipped in, goes towards the back post. That one comes out the other way. It'll go out of bounds and out, and a throw-in coming up for the Waterford Ravens over on that far sideline. Halfway through the first half, it's a 1-0 lead for the Rowland Hall Wing Lions thanks to a goal from Miles Lee. Lee, who scores goal number 8 on the season, to put his side up. Whistle, the foul, and a free kick coming up here for the Waterford Ravens. Ball whipped in towards the back post. And Paul was trying to get on the end of it. Instead, it comes out the other way, or it goes out for the goal kick. And a substitution here as Roberto Madio Gonzalez back into the game. Off comes number 4,
Gonzalez.
Jack Pede. Ball booted away. Waterford quickly winning it back with Camden Judd. Judd with the opportunity here, cuts back, looking for support. Judd plays it in towards the top of the 18. Brought down by Marshall. Hunter Marshall now looking for options. Settles it out. Ball whipped in. Cleared away by Rowland Hall. Fierro brings it down. Fierro plays it to Gibbons. Over on that far sideline. Jack Gibbons trying to find Von Lintel. Instead, one back by Waterford. This is Camden Judd. Ball back in towards Judd. It'll go out of bounds and out. A throw-in coming up here. That's Paul to throw it in. Marshall gets it back out to Paul. Paul plays it in. Nobody there, cleared away by Rowland Hall. Adrian Jones trying to play it to Lee. Gets to Miles Lee, the goal scorer. Plays it in behind to Fierro. Fierro now trying to find it inside the box. Seeing there defensively. Von Lintel winning it back. Von Lintel taking the shot from distance. It'll go out of bounds and out for the goal kick. Opportunity for the Rowland Hall Wing Lions to try to extend the lead. Instead, it goes wide. And a goal kick coming up here.
Coming in for Rowland Hall, number 52, Akash Hunt.
Substitution for Rowland Hall as Akash Hunt checking into the game. Throw-in coming up here on the near sideline. Ball played in. Marshall brings it in. Hunter Marshall gets it up to Camden Judd. Judd has options. Judd to Chabi. Chabi trying to spin. Chabi at the top of the 18. Chabi leaves it for Paul. Paul tries to cross it back in. Cleared out by Rowland Hall. The Wing Lions coming up tremendously on the defensive end, denying the opportunity for Waterford. And now Rowland Hall here with a throw-in on the near sideline. Lee giving chase. The goal scorer, Lee, crosses it in. Gets too much under it. It goes out of bounds and out, and a goal kick coming up here. Substitution getting ready here for the Wing Lions.
In for Rowland Hall, number 7, Luke Kenarowski.
Here's Hunt, who brings it down. Judd steals it away with a header. Gets it up to Hunter Marshall. That ball cleared away. It'll go out of bounds and out. And now a throw-in coming up here for Waterford. Judd brings it down. Camden Judd gets it up to Marshall. Marshall looking for options, trying to play it in behind. Instead, Hotchman off his line collects. Arlo Hotchman reads it well. Rowland Hall denying the opportunity. And now Hotchman boots it away. That ball cleared away. Fierro giving chase. Here's Hunter Marshall. Plays it in behind. Aaron trying to get on the end of it, but the offside flag is raised. It will not stand as the foul and a free kick coming up, or excuse me, offsides and the free kick coming up here for Rowland Hall. 13:04 left to go here in the first half. Miles Lee, the goal scorer, making the difference so far as Rowland Hall leads at 1-0 over the Waterford Ravens as the Mazer Prep Academy Lions await their opponent in the 2A state championship game. Hunt brings it down. Camden Judd winning it back for Waterford. Zavala gets it out wide to Aaron. Aaron plays it back into Zavala. Zavala trying to find Hunter Marshall. Instead goes out of bounds and out. Hunter Marshall, one of the top goal scorers in the entire state of Utah, leading with this Waterford's side with 30 goals on this season, 3 assists on the year. And Hunter Marshall not yet being able to put his stamp on the game. Had a couple of opportunities. We'll see if Waterford can unlock Hunter Marshall here in the last 11 or so minutes of this first half. Poole plays it in, trying to find Marshall. Marshall gets a touch, goes to ground, the whistle, the foul, and a free kick coming up here for Waterford. Moore commits the foul. Free kick coming up for the Ravens in a really dangerous spot. Hunter Marshall standing over it to take the sophomore with an opportunity to try to tie it up off the free kick. 4 on the wall for Rowland Hall. Hodgman setting up his wall at the near post. Marshall standing over it. Marshall steps up, takes the shot off the crossbar, and out for the goal kick. Not far off there from Hunter Marshall. Off the free kick, comes crashing off the top of the crossbar, out for the goal kick. Waterford quickly back in possession. Chavi plays it to Marshall. Marshall trying to find Judd. Judd now inside the box. Camden Judd takes the shot, and Hodgman there to make the save. Arlo Hodgman denies the opportunity from Camden Judd, and now Hodgman will boot this one away. Rowland Hall holding on to that 1-goal lead. Here's Miles Lee for Rowland Hall. Lee gets it to Hunt. Cleared away by Poole. Camden Judd brings it down. Judd, they'll call it a handball. Foul and a free kick off the handball from Camden Judd, and Rowland Hall will have an opportunity here to boot this one away. That ball booted away. Moore plays it up. Miles Lee turns, takes it to the near sideline. Nicely defended by Jack Peed. And now Peed trying to play it away. Lee there defensively to win it back. Nice battle in the corner as Miles Lee comes up with possession. Lee now inside the box. Lee on his right takes the shot, and Marcel Davis comes up with the save to deny a second goal from Miles Lee. How about the effort from Lee, though, winning the ball back near the corner flag. Brilliant individual effort from Lee to take it into the box, takes the shot. But Marcel Davis coming up with the save. Here's Fierro. Fran Fierro taking a shot from distance. Can't put it on frame. It goes out of bounds and out. And now a goal kick coming up here for Waterford. Mac Jones will take the goal kick. Plays it short to Badillo Gonzalez. Trying to play it up to the far sideline, looking for Singh. Instead goes out of bounds, and now Rowland Hall back in possession. Prior to substitution as number 10, Adrian Jones checking back in for the Wing
In
Lions.
for Rowland Hall, number 10, Adrian Jones.
Mac Jones for Waterford. Plays it up over the top. Chabi brings it down. Chabi plays it to Zavala. Zavala trying to find Singh on that far sideline. Does. The flag is raised, though. They say that Singh did not get to it. It goes out of bounds, and now a throw-in coming up here for Rowland Hall. Seven minutes left to go here in the first half. It is a 1-0 lead for Rowland Hall thanks to Miles Lee, the goal scorer. Mac Jones trying to clear it away. Rowland Hall trying to keep pressure on this Waterford back line, looking for an opportunity to extend this lead. Lee almost had one, forced Marcel Davis into a phenomenal save. Waterford, their biggest chance coming off a free kick. Hunter Marshall just crashing one off the top of the crossbar. 1-0, Rowland Hall leads it. Tracking it down here is Anthony Pinto. Jack Peed steals it away. Pinto goes to ground, the whistle, the foul, and a free kick coming up here for Waterford. As Pinto commits the foul on Jack Peed, and now we have an opportunity for Waterford again to try to take their opportunity to equalize. Mac Jones standing over it to take here for Waterford. Everybody lining up at the top of the 18. Mac Jones. Ball whipped in. Cleared out by Rowland Hall. Comes out to Kirkham. Kirkham gives it away. Here's Hunt. Trying to find Lee. That ball booted up and away. Goes out of bounds. Rowland Hall to throw it in here on the near sideline. Anthony Pinto to throw it in. Substitution prior to as
number 33,
number
Elijah Hyman.
As Elijah Hyman back into the game. Hyman here getting a touch. Hyman cuts back. Hyman leaves it for Jones. Jones plays it up the near sideline for Lee. Lee and Mac Jones in a foot race. Lee gets to it. Lee shielding it away from Jones. Lee at the corner flag. Lee trying to turn. Mac Jones doing a phenomenal job defensively. Adrian Jones for Rowland Hall goes to ground, the whistle, the foul, and a free kick coming up here for the Wing Lions. Rowland Hall looking for an opportunity to extend this 1-0 lead. Adrian Jones draws the foul. Adrian Jones, one of the players standing over it to take, as well as the goal scorer, Miles Lee. Two on the wall, as Davis setting up his wall at the near post. Jones and Lee. Lee with the right, Jones with the left. Lee one hand in the air. Lee will whip it in, goes near post. Cleared out by Waterford. It was Camden Jones there with the defensive effort. Fukushima comes across, just boots this one up and away. Out of bounds now. Waterford will throw it in over on the far sideline. Ball played in for the Ravens. Cleared away by Rowland Hall. In centrally to Zavala. Zavala gets it back out wide to Singh. Singh pays it back into Judd. Judd gets it back to Zavala. Zavala makes one miss. Zavala trying to play it up to Marshall. Nicely defended by Rowland Hall. That ball booted up and away by the Wing Lions. It'll come out here on the near sideline. Throw-in coming up again for Rowland Hall. It'll be Anthony Pinto to take the throw in here, just past the center stripe. Jones trying to bring it in. It'll go out of bounds and out. Another throw-in coming up for Rowland Hall. 2:20 left to go here in the first half. Ball played in. Jones. Throwing once again for Rowland Hall. This time deep inside Waterford territory. Fierro trying to play it in. Goes out of bounds. A corner kick coming up for Rowland Hall. The Wing Lions trying to find an opportunity to double their lead. Adrian Jones and Miles Lee at the corner flag. Set piece opportunity coming up. Lee will whip it in. Goes back post. Loose ball inside the box. Comes out the other way with a foul and a free kick coming up here. Camden Judd down on the turf for Waterford. Draws the whistle. Free kick here for the designated home side. Ball headed away by Rowland Hall. Hyman trying to track it down. Hyman does a good job to keep it from going out. Plays it into Adrian Jones. Jones leaves it for Pinto. Pinto trying to get it back to Adrian. Set goes out of bounds. Pinto with a throw in. Gets it to Lee. Lee trying to get past Jones. And cleared away by Vadillo Gonzalez. Throw in coming up. Pinto to throw it in. That's Javier Fierro trying to play it in. Corner kick again for Rowland Hall with 20 seconds left. Javi Fierro plays it in. Headed through and comes out the other way.
9,
The countdown
8,
here at Zions
7,
Bank
6, 5,
goes out of
4,
bounds.
3, 2, 1, 0.
And that'll do it here for the end of the first half. It is the Rowland Hall Wing Lions who lead it 1-0 over the Waterford Ravens, thanks to a goal from Miles Lee. Lee opened the scoring, scored his 8th goal of the season, and that is the difference so far here between the number 2 seeded Waterford Ravens and the number 3 Rowland Hall Wing Lions. We'll head to the halftime break. Don't go anywhere. We'll have second half action on the other side when we return here on Centricom Team Hive Live on KSLSports.com.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, with heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
Jones & DeMille Engineering was founded with a simple mission to shape the quality of life with a personalized touch. As a full-service civil engineering firm, they provide value beyond the project, creating places where people live, work, and thrive. For over 40 years, they've proudly served our communities, enhancing lives through their work. Join their team and become a dedicated community improvement leader. Whether you're an engineer or just love infrastructure, they invite you to seek a career with them. Jones & DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life.
22,000. That's roughly how many breaths you'll take today. And if your air isn't clean and healthy, there's 22,000 reasons to improve your air purification system for you and your family.
Pure Air from Lennox is a whole home solution, meaning cleaner air in every room and every breath, every single one.
Call the Stallings Company to see how we can fill your home with perfect air.
Lennox, air is life. Make it perfect.
Vince Lombardi once said, "The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have." The quote rings true whether applied to our country, our schools, our homes, or on the field of play. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the field and in the classroom. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com. That's sunrise-eng.com.
My parents know nothing about gaming. I told them we needed Centricom Fiber because it's by far the fastest and most reliable internet speeds.
Hey bud, dinner's ready. Time to turn off the game box.
Alright, this round's almost over. Game box.
These days, kids do a lot of their homework online. They talk to their teachers, they receive assignments, and they do research, all from our kitchen table. That's why I chose Centricom Fiber Internet. They have the fastest and most reliable connection, so my kids can stay on top of their schoolwork.
As a urologist, my job includes treating kidney stones, diagnosing, treating prostate cancer, and other disorders of the urinary system. Here at CVMC, specialists and primary care physicians all work very closely together.
As a family physician, being able to have continuity of care and direct relationships with our specialists is something we're very fortunate to have here.
I'm Dr. David Sewell, board-certified urologist. I'm proud to provide state-of-the-art care here at Central Valley Medical Center.
Welcome back to the UCCU Saving Spotlight.
Today's play of the day goes to Becky, a single mom who just got her son Max a youth debit card from UCCU.
This is a big win for Max, who knows that UCCU mobile banking makes it easy for his mom to add money to his debit card anytime.
It's also a big win for Becky, who knows it also makes it easy to monitor her child's spending anytime. Final score, 1 happy son, 1 responsible mom.
With the assist from UCCU.
Why did I choose Huntsman? To get real experience, real support, and a career focus from day one. Instead of regular classes on Fridays, we dive into workshops, build our network, and grow together. At the Huntsman School, we forge lifelong friendships, support each other through challenges, and celebrate our wins. Here, students graduate with experience and jobs waiting. We dare mighty things together. That's the Huntsman difference. Learn more at huntsman.usu.edu.
And I want to welcome you back into Zions Bank Stadium as we get ready to start second half action between the Waterford Ravens and the Rowland Hall Winged Lions. It is the Winged Lions who lead 1-0 as we get ready to start second half action. It is the Lions in the white. They'll go to the right here of your screen in the second half. It is the Waterford Ravens in the blue. They'll go to the left. It was Miles Lee, the goal scorer for Rowland Hall. Waterford Ravens had a couple of good opportunities too in the first half to try to find the equalizer. The most dangerous one being Hunter Marshall, the leading goal scorer for the Waterford Ravens, who had a free kick that came crashing off the top crossbar. And we're underway. Waterford in possession to start us off here. Chabi plays it in. Chabi back to Aaron. Aaron goes out wide to Singh. Singh trying to play it in centrally towards Hunter Marshall, instead cut out by Gibbons. Singh and Gibbons battling out for possession. Played up the near sideline for Vadio Gonzalez. Now Adrian Jones plays it in. Von Lintel trying to track it down. Hanrahan gets it out wide. Here's Lee. Lee taking a shot from distance, skips in front of goal, and comes out for the goal kick. Not a bad look there from distance from Miles Lee. Notice that Davis had most of his goal open. It just bounces right in front of the face of goal. And now here's Rowland Hall back in possession, only for it to be given away. Singh to throw it in. Chavi plays it back to Mac Jones. Tracking it down here is Zavala. Hunter Marshall trying to turn. One back by Rowland Hall. Ball booted up over the top by Fran Fierro. That'll just go safely back into the hands of Marcel Davis. Fierro gets a foot on it. Von Lintel. Ball over the top. Lee is there, and Marcel Davis collects. Miles Lee trying to find his second goal of the afternoon. Instead, denied by Marcel Davis, the Waterford goalkeeper. Now here comes the Ravens with an opportunity to play it into the attacking third as Zavala trying to play it in behind. It was deflected, goes out of bounds. Singh to throw it in here on the near sideline. Singh. Here's Chabi. Chabi plays it in behind. And nicely collected by Arlo Hotchman. Off his line, picks it up and collects. Hotchman will boot it up and away. Miles Lee lets it bounce, and now Lee brings it in. Ball booted up. Adrian Jones wins it back for Rowland Hall. Pinto trying to go dribble it through instead of one back by Waterford. Now here comes an opportunity for the Ravens. Hanrahan goes down. No whistle, no foul. Waterford in possession here. Hanrahan down behind the play. Now back up on his feet. Chabi plays it into Hunter Marshall. Marshall goes to ground. Nothing called. And Fukushima will play it up. Deflected by Zavala. Nicely won back by Waterford. Singh trying to play it up. Von Lintel will play back to Fran Fierro. Plays it across to over to the other side for Miles Lee. Lee settles it for Jones. Adrian Jones gets past Poole. Cuts it back. Plays it back into Lee. Miles Lee inside the box. Lee takes the shot, saved by Davis. And now Valdio Gonzalez will play it away. Miles Lee trying to score his second goal and extend this lead for Rowland Hall, but Marcel Davis coming up with a nice save. That ball booted away. Here's Zavala. Leaves it for Chabi. Chabi plays it to the near sideline for Singh. Singh finds Aaron. Back in centrally to Chabi. Chabi plays it up to Marshall. Nicely defended by Fran Fierro. Cleared away by Rowland Hall. Pinto taking it up that far sideline. Pinto with options. Gets it to Lee. Lee trying to cut inside. Nicely defended by Judd. And we'll have a whistle and a foul called as Miles Lee, the goal scorer, will see yellow. He'll head to the bench for a breather. 34:51 left to go here in the second half. Hyman back into the game.
Coming onto the pitch for Rowland Hall, number 33, Elijah Hyman. In for Waterford,
Paul checking
number
back into the
14,
game.
Simeon Paul.
Mac Jones will play it short off the free kick as we resume action. To the near sideline for Pede. Jack Pede plays it back to Badillo Gonzalez. Pede trying to take it up the near sideline, instead plays it out, and it's a throw-in coming up here for Rowland Hall. Gibbons to throw it in. Hanrahan can't bring it in, and one back by Waterford.
Miles Lee.
Miles Lee quickly back into the game for Rowland Hall after taking the yellow card. Here's Camden Judd with an opportunity for Waterford. Gets past Jones. Judd plays it to Chabi. Chabi plays it to Aaron. Aaron inside the box, takes the shot, tries to beat Hutchman at his near post. Instead goes just wide. Opportunity for Waterford. That will go out of bounds and out, and now a goal kick coming up here for Rowland Hall. That ball booted away. It'll be Jack Pede to track it down. He'll go all the way back to Marcel Davis. Davis plays it back to Pede. Intercepted by Hanrahan. Goes back to Pinto. Pinto plays it to Moore. Moore tries to play it up to Jones. Cut out by Waterford. Camden Judd will leave it for Zavala. Ball in behind as Aaron giving chase. Moore shielding it away. Hotchman off his line. Boots it up and away. Trying to track it down here is Luca Poole. Poole does a good job to shield it away from Lee, and it goes out of bounds. Simeon Paul. One back by Rowland Hall. Javi Fierro leaves it for Gibbons. Coming across is Gonzalez, shielding that one away. Jack Pete tries to play it out, one back by Rowland Hall. Here comes Javi Fierro. Fierro plays it across to Adrian Jones. Jones looking for options. He'll go back to Pinto to support himself. Plays it across to Fran Fierro. Fierro slips. Chavi trying to win it back. Fierro does a good job to keep possession. Plays it out wide. Giving chase here is Javi Fierro. Fierro does a good job to keep that ball in. Fierro crosses it in front of goal, and it'll come out the other way for the goal kick. Ball intended there for Tatum von Lintel. Now by Leo Gonzalez for Waterford. Ball booted up. Miles Lee brings it down. Cut out by Camden Judd. Judd will boot this one up for Waterford. Hunter Marshall giving chase. Moore shielding it. Marshall tracks it down in the corner flag. It'll go out of bounds and out. Throw it coming up for Waterford deep inside Rowland Hall territory. Hunter Marshall. Cross it in, near post. Aaron's there, flicks it through. Pede tries to put it back on frame. Can't hit it cleanly. And now Waterford trying to recycle that ball back into the box. Zavala takes a heavy touch, and it's won back by Rowland Hall. Hanrahan. One back by Pede. Ball will go out of bounds and out, and a throw-in coming up here for Waterford. Two Rowland Hall wing line players down behind the play. Substitutions coming up here for Waterford as well. James Kirkham checks into the game, as well as Dylan Kirkham. Back up now on his feet is number 25, Andrew Hanrahan for the Rowland Hall Wing Lions. As we get ready to resume action with 30:05 left to go. Still just a one-goal game between Rowland Hall and Waterford. Judd inside the center circle. Dribbles past. Gets it to Marshall. Marshall trying to get it back to Judd. Cleared away. That ball goes out of bounds and out. And now a throw-in coming up for Waterford. Whistle and a foul called as Camden Judd hits the turf. Free kick coming up here for Waterford. Kirkham will leave it for Chabi. Chabi to take the free kick. Chabi will whip it in. Marshall's there, off his line to collect is Arlo Hotchman. And Hotchman boots this one up and away. That ball will go out of bounds and out. Waterford here will have a throw in over on that far sideline. Plays it in quick. Rowland Hall winning it back. Fierro plays it over the top, trying to find Miles Lee. It'll go out of bounds once more. Another throw-in coming up for Waterford over on the far sideline. Luca Poole to throw it in. Substitution as number 22, Joaquin Pont checking in.
Number 22, Joaquin Pont.
Judd plays it up. Nicely done by Judd. Down, rolling on the turf is Paul. No whistle. Rowland Hall back in possession. Pont will track it down, plays it up, trying to find Marshall. Does. Hunter Marshall has options. Gets past Fukushima. Here comes Hunter Marshall. Coming across defensively is Gibbons. Marshall still on the ball, crosses it in, goes towards the far back post. Nobody there to win it for Waterford. It'll come out the other way for Miles Lee, the goal scorer. Lee. Adrian Jones plays it to Gibbons. Fierro. Jones trying to get it back to Javi Fierro instead of one back by Waterford as Kirkham tracks it down. Leaves it for Judd. Fran Fierro comes across with a defensive challenge. Goes to ground again. Does a good job to keep possession momentarily. Now Waterford back in possession. Judd makes one miss. No whistle. Balio Gonzalez. Here's Chabi. Chabi goes to ground. Now we have a whistle and a foul will call. This one will go against the for the Waterford Ravens against the Rowland Hall Wing Lions. That ball booted away by Mac Jones. Judd. Ball in behind to Punt. Punt tries to take the shot, can't put it on frame. It'll go out of bounds off the deflection. And a corner kick coming up here for Waterford. Joaquin Punt with an opportunity to try to tie it up. Substitutions coming up here for Waterford. Jack Peed back into the game. And Zavala back in as well. Off comes Simeon Paul. And number 6, Dylan Kirkham for Waterford. Set piece opportunity coming up here for the Ravens. Played short to Chabi. Chabi leaves it for Marshall, takes the shot, deflected, goes out the other way to Poole. Poole leaves it for Jack Peed, and cleared away by Rowland Hall. Kirkham plays it to Poole. Poole takes the shot, deflected. Fukushima goes to ground, and now cleared away. Greatly defended there by Rowland Hall as Waterford trying to find the equalizer. 25 minutes left to go here in the second. It'll be Luca Poole to throw it in. Ball cleared out by Fierro. Out of bounds now over on that far sideline. Throwing it in will be Waterford. Rowland Hall back in possession here with Von Lintel. Goes out to Miles Lee. Nicely defended by Poole. It goes out of bounds. Throw in for Waterford over on the far sideline. Cleared away by Mac Jones. Brought down by Jack Peed. Given away. Lee back in possession for Rowland Hall. Lee takes the shot. And Marcel Davis forced into the save. Miles Lee tried the long distance effort. Davis read it well. Booted away by Marcel Davis. Hanrahan gets it to Von Lintel. One back by Waterford. Chabi trying to play it in behind, looking for Joaquin Pont. Instead comes out to Marshall. Off the deflection, here's Marshall. Gets past one, Marshall gets past two. Marshall inside the box. Marshall takes the shot and saved by Hotchman. Hunter Marshall dribbling past a couple of defenders. Gets the shot off, forces Hotchman into it. A save that is near post.
And 18.
And now a corner kick coming up here for the Waterford Ravens. Substitutions as Singh back into the game.
Luke Kanarowski.
Luke Kanarowski checking in for Rowland Hall. Ball played in, back post. Headed away by Moore. Tracking it down is Camden Judd. Judd trying to play it in towards Aaron. Poole tracks it down. Aaron takes the shot and safely into the hands of Hotchman. Arlo Hotchman boots this one away for the Rowland Hall Winged Lions, holding on to this 1-goal lead. Badillo Gonzalez to Singh. It goes out of bounds, and now a throw-in coming up here for Waterford. On the near sideline to throw it in, it's Singh. Finds Chabi. Ball goes out of bounds, and out. Another throw-in coming up for the Ravens here on the near sideline. Singh gets it into Chabi. Ball played in by Chabi. Off his line is Hotchman, who collects. Hotchman can boot this one away. Marcel Davis will track it down and collects. Zavala for the Ravens. Gets it up to Chabi. Chabi leaves it back for Zavala. Zavala gets it to Chabi. Judd plays it in behind to Peed. Jack Peed spins. Peed looking for options. Peed. And the whistle and the foul called as Luke Kanarowski commits the foul. A free kick coming up here for Waterford about halfway through the second half. Trying to find an opportunity to equalize. Free kick coming up here for the Waterford Ravens with 20 minutes left to go. Two on the wall for Rowland Hall. Short free kick, trying to find Camden Judd. Judd can't get on the end of it. It'll go out of bounds and out, and a goal kick coming up here. Substitution as Dylan Kirkham back into the game.
In for Waterford, number 6, Dylan Kirkham.
Hyman also checking back in for Rowland Hall.
Rowland Hall, number 33, Elisha Hyman.
Kanarowski trying to track it down. Comes out to Adrian Jones. Lee finds Hyman. Defended by Mac Jones. Jones comes across. Shields this one away. It goes out of bounds and out. Goal kick coming up here for the Waterford Ravens. Marcel Davis to take the goal kick. Ball given away. Lee wins it back. Loose ball contested by Waterford and Rowland Hall. It is the Ravens who end up with possession only momentarily. Hanrahan goes to ground. And the whistle and the foul call. This one will be a free kick for the Rowland Hall Winged Lions. Miles Lee standing over it to take. Everybody lining up at the top of the 18. Lee plays it in. Deflected. Loose ball comes to Camden Judd. Adrian Jones deflected. Waterford trying to keep possession, only to be won back by Rowland Hall. Here is the Winged Lions. Ball goes out wide to Hyman. Ravens trying to get back in possession with Judd defensively. Judd and Hyman battling out for possession. Hyman ends up with the ball. Now Lee. Defended by Zavala. Lee plays it across to the near side for Kanarowski. Cut out by Waterford. Gibbons there, deflected off the slide tackle. It goes out of bounds now, and a goal kick coming up here.
And for the Ravens, number 5, Xavier Faraji.
Free kick coming up for Waterford. Ball booted away. Waterford trying to get back in possession, does. Here's Camden Judd. Judd plays it out to Jack Peed. Peed. That's Tatum Von Lintel coming up with the defensive effort to win it back for Rowland Hall. Ball booted up and away. It's a foot race. Lee against Badillo Gonzalez. Lee cuts back, takes a deflection off of Badillo Gonzalez. It'll go out of bounds and out, and a corner kick coming up here for Rowland Hall. The Winged Lions with a set piece opportunity coming up to try to extend this lead. Rowland Hall up a goal to nothing with 15 minutes left to go in the second. The Mazer Prep Academy Lions await their opponent in the 2A championship game. Ball whipped in, near post, headed away by by Waterford. Rowland Hall in possession. Kanarowski taking a shot from distance. Cleared away again, this time by the Ravens. Adrian Jones tracks it down. Jones whips it into the box, near post. Deflected. Kanarowski at the back post takes the shot, and Luke Kanarowski can't redirect it on frame. It comes out the other way. Kanarowski there defensively. It'll go out of bounds and out, and a throw-in coming up now for the Ravens. Ball played in. One back by Rowland Hall. Jones. Now Hanrahan. Hanrahan at the top of the 18 takes a shot. Deflected. Waterford will clear. Fran Fierro taking a shot. Rips it from distance. Can't put it on frame. It goes out of bounds and out for the goal kick. Throw it coming up for Waterford here on the near sideline. Chabi gets it up to Marshall. Marshall trying to play it in behind, looking for Peed. Chabi spins. Ball whipped in. It'll go over the bar and out for the goal kick. Hodgman will boot this one away. Wing Lions trying to get back in possession. Hyman trying to track it down. Instead, here comes the Ravens. Fierro, nicely done by Fran Fierro. Fierro will play it in, looking for Kanarowski. Now the whistle and the foul called as Luke Kanarowski whistled. And a free kick coming up here for the Ravens. Jones to take the free kick. Jones will play it up and away. Moore clears it away for Rowland Hall. Singh trying to track it down. Does, gets a header on it, goes out of bounds. Throw in coming up now for Rowland Hall. Here on the near sideline prior to substitutions. As Kanarowski will head to the bench for a breather. Checking into the game is Javier Fierro.
In for the Winged Lions, number 20, Javier Fierro.
Substitutions as well here for Waterford as Kirkham back in. And then you have Joaquin Pont also into the game.
Joaquin Pont and 29, James Kirkham.
Ball played in by Rowland Hall. Goes out of bounds. Waterford to throw it in. Singh plays it in. Judd inside the center circle. One back by Miles Lee. Lee stealing it away. Cuts out. Looking for options. Lee does a good job to shield it away. Hanrahan plays it to the near sideline for Gibbons. Gibbons now playing it up to Miles Lee. Lee up the near sideline. Lee goes to ground. The whistle, the foul, and a free kick coming up here for Rowland Hall. Free kick coming up for the Wing Lions, trying to find a goal to extend this lead. Final 10 minutes of this second half. Low driven to the near post. Goes over the bar and out for the goal kick. That was Gibbons at the near post trying to flick it through. A goal kick here for Waterford. Vadio Gonzalez leaves it to Singh. Singh plays it in centrally to Zavala. Zavala makes one miss. Zavala plays it up, trying to find Kirkham, instead booted up over the top as Marcel Davis collects. Here's Vadio Gonzalez. Nicely deflected by Javi Fierro. Fierro trying to track it down. Fierro and Gonzalez battling out for possession. Fierro wants the foul. Nothing called. We play on. Fierro comes across with the sliding challenge. It'll go out of bounds and out. Throw in coming up for Waterford. Substitutions here for the Ravens as Kirkham back into the game. Aaron also back in. Off comes Pont. Off comes Singh.
Waterford, number 4, Jack Peed.
Jack Peed also back into the game.
Dylan Kirkham. And 18, Aaron Chad.
Miles Lee leaves it for Javier Fierro. Cuts inside, over onto his left. Fierro settles it for Adrian Jones with the late arriving run. Jones now into the box. Cleared away, deflected by Waterford's clearance. Fran Fierro with the shot from distance comes rifling off the crossbar. Corner kick coming up here. They'll say Davis got his fingertips on it. A massive save from Marcel Davis. Pushes it up onto the bar. It goes over and out. And a corner kick coming up here. .7:25 left. 2 minutes here in the second half. Ball whipped in, goes to the far back post, headed through by Fran Fierro, and it goes wide. Goal kick coming up for Waterford. Kirkham. Leo Gonzalez tracks it down for Waterford. Ball booted away. Zavala trying to head it through, instead goes out for the throw-in here for Waterford. Aaron plays it in. Kirkham goes to ground, the whistle, the foul, and a free kick coming up for Waterford. Ball booted away by Mac Jones. Marshall tracks it down. Marshall goes down. Rowland Hall back in possession only momentarily. Ball whipped in, goes back post. Jack Bede trying to track it down. Hyman can't clear. And now here is Luca Poole, who plays it to Jack Bede. Bede cross into the box. And Jack Bede can't hit it cleanly. It'll go out of bounds and out for the goal kick. Prior to those substitutions, Anthony Pinto back into the game.
In for Rowland Hall, number 6.
Von Lintel tracking it down. It goes out of bounds. Throw in over for Waterford on that far sideline as Pede will play it in. Marshall brings it down. Hunter Marshall gets past one. Hunter Marshall looking for options, tries to play it in. A whistle, a late whistle, but a whistle and a foul will call. A free kick coming up here for the Waterford Ravens in a really dangerous spot. Conversations now being had with the official and the assistant about what happened after the play. Franfiero sees yellow. The captain, number 15, will have to head to the bench for a breather as Fierro goes into the book. I think the initial conversation with the official had to be of where the spot of the foul was.
Number 7, Luke.
And they concur that it happened outside of the box, and so it will be a free kick coming up here for Waterford. All the Ravens faithful on their feet here in the designated home side as Hunter Marshall standing over the ball to take. 4:49 left to go. An opportunity here to equalize for the leading goal scorer. 2 on the wall. Marshall takes the shot, deflected. It goes out of bounds and out for the corner. Corner kick coming up here for Waterford. In need of the equalizer. Ball whipped in, goes far back post, comes out the other way. Badillo Gonzalez tracks it down, plays it to Zavala. Now we have a whistle, and they'll say it's a goal kick. The corner went out of bounds, and now a goal kick coming up here. As well as a stoppage in play as Fran Fierro checks back in. 4:06 left. Luke Kanarowski heading to the bench. Ball booted away by Hutchman. Poole, Davis off his line. Poole plays it away for Waterford. Luca Poole gets it to the far sideline for Jack Pede. Takes a deflection, one back by Rowland Hall. Anthony Pinto trying to play back in centrally. Ball goes out of bounds and out over on that far sideline. Throw in coming up for Waterford. With time beginning to tick, tick, tick away. Rowland Hall in possession. Miles Lee, the goal scorer. Lee just shielding that one away from Waterford, not allowing them to get onto the ball. Lee now into the box. Lee trying to get it past Davis, but Marcel Davis off his line, reads it well and collects. Ravens quickly coming down the other way. Aaron and Hanrahan collide. Hanrahan still down after the play. Now we'll have a stoppage with Waterford in possession. Hanrahan and 2:38 left. Hanrahan now will be getting looked at by the training staff here at Zions Bank Stadium. Andrew Hanahan will have to head over to the bench for a breather. Back into the game is Luke Kanarowski checking in. As Rowland Hall holding on to this 1-0 lead. 2:38 left. Possession here will go to the Waterford Ravens. Down by 1. Mac Jones floats it in towards the top of the 18. Ball back in over the top. Aaron trying to get on the end of it. And Arlo Hotchman off his line to collect. Gibbons will play it up the near sideline to Kanarowski. Goes out of bounds once more. Another throw in coming up this time for Waterford. Kirkham plays it into Zavala. Heavy touch headed away by Pinto. Takes a deflection. Here comes the Rowland Hall Wing Lions. Lee takes a deflection. Marcel Davis off his line. Lee tries to beat him to it. Lee goes down, stumbles and recovers. Lee back in possession, plays it in. And it'll come out the other way. Another throw in coming up here for Waterford. Chabi plays it up to Luca Poole, who has time and space, carrying up that far sideline. Poole makes one miss, makes a second miss. Poole gets it out to Peed. Peed back in centrally to Poole. Luca Poole plays it to Aaron. Aaron now with an opportunity, plays it into Hunter Marshall. Marshall tries to turn, goes to ground, nothing called. And now here is Kirkham, who tracks it down with 1:08 left to go. Kirkham whips it into the box. Fran Fierro's there. He'll clear it away. Out of bounds and out with 56 seconds left. Ball comes into Zavala. All the Waterford Ravens up now, trying to find this equalizer. Zavala and Moore collide. Aaron goes to ground, the whistle, the foul, and a free kick coming up here. Waterford's got to be quick. They got 30 seconds. We'll have a stoppage and play with 26 left. Chabi whips it in, back post, headed through and in! Oh, can you believe it? With 20 seconds left, Camden Judd has just scored the equalizer for Waterford. Chabi whips it in, back post, rising up as the Camden. It's number 7. It's Camden Judd. And we're all tied up at 1-1 with 20 seconds left. The Waterford Ravens score the equalizer. A little flair for the dramatic. "20 seconds left. Fran Fierro over the top.
Waterford goal by number 7, Camden Judd.
Loose ball with 8 seconds, with 7, with 6, with 5, with 4. Gibbons gets on the end of it, and that will do it.
Regulation play. And at the end of 80 minutes,
Rowland Hall, we're leading this game.
Rowland Hall 1, Waterford 1. We will now move into overtime procedure.
For over 50 plus minutes, and then at the death, Camden Judd coming up with the equalizer as we head to overtime here in Game 2 of the two-way semifinals.
If no goal is scored in that period of time, there will be
We'll take a break. We'll step aside. When we come back, overtime action here at Zions Bank Stadium between the Waterford Ravens and the Rowland Hall Winged Lions here on Centricom on Team Live on KSLSports.com.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories with family, friends, and your community is just a way of life. Yes, in times like these, it's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life.
So you're all moved in. How's your new roomie?
Oh, she's cool. She's also a biology major.
Oh, that's great. You guys can help each other stay on top of homework.
I just hope the classes aren't hard. I'm kind of scared based on what I've heard.
You'll do great, I'm sure. We're proud of you.
Aww.
You ready to go?
Who's that?
Gotta go, Mom. Have a dorm meeting in 2 minutes. Love you.
Hello? Hello? Who was that?
Centricom Fiber, because you don't just need internet, you need good internet.
I'm Dr. Brandon Beck, and I'm one of the general surgeons at Central Valley Medical Center. One of the best parts of my job as a general surgeon is to interact with a wide variety of people. And many of those people have experienced chronic conditions or painful things for many years. And there is nothing better than helping them to work through those conditions and to have an improved quality of life. I'm happy to be back in Utah at Central Valley Medical Center serving the people in our community.
To dare mighty things means to embrace challenges. It means to welcome a high-energy culture that prioritizes belonging. To dare mighty things means drawing inspiration from experienced faculty and alums who encourage you to think big. It means to be a part of time-honored traditions while also forging new ones. To dare mighty things means celebrating your achievements with pride and joy, knowing you can make a difference by daring to be great. Join us at the Huntsman School of Business, where we dare mighty things. That's the Huntsman difference.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, with heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
Jones & DeMille Engineering was founded with a simple mission to shape the quality of life with a personalized touch. As a full-service civil engineering firm, they provide value beyond the project, creating places where people live, work, and thrive. For over 40 years, they've proudly served our communities, enhancing lives through their work. Join their team and become a dedicated community improvement leader. Whether you're an engineer or just love infrastructure, they invite you to seek a career with them. Jones & DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life.
22,000. That's roughly how many breaths you'll take today. And if your air isn't clean and healthy, there's 22,000 reasons to improve your air purification system for you and your family.
Pure Air from Lennox is a whole home solution, meaning cleaner air in every room and every breath, every single one.
Call the Stallings Company to see how we can fill your home with perfect air.
Lennox, air is life. Make it perfect.
Vince Lombardi once said, "The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have." The quote rings true whether applied to our country, our schools, our homes, or on the field of play. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the field and in the classroom. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com. That's sunrise-eng.com.
And I want to welcome you back into Centricom Team Hive on KSLSports.com. I'm Alex Napolis as we get ready to start overtime action here between the Waterford Ravens and the Rowland Hall Winged Lions. Really quickly, if we can see that goal one more time with 20 seconds left in regulation. Chavi whips it into the back post. Camden Judd, the captain, coming in clutch to send this one to overtime. All tied up at 1-1 between the number 2 and the number 3 seed. Want to remind you that we'll put 10 minutes on the clock for overtime. The golden goal rule does apply. It is next goal win scenario here at Zions Bank Stadium. If we do not have a goal scored within the next 10, we'll go to a second additional overtime period where, again, the golden goal rule applies. And if we're still tied up at the end of that second overtime, then we'll head to the penalty spot to decide who moves on in Game 2 of the 2A semifinals. Here come the Rowland Hall Winged Lions in possession. It is the Winged Lions in the white. They're going to the left, and it is the Waterford Ravens in the blue. They're going to the right. Here's Javi Fierro. Fierro takes a touch, tries to play it in, does. Inside the box, Hyman trips up, and that ball will come out the other way for the Waterford Ravens. Here comes Jack Peed. Peed tries to play it over the top. Nobody there but Arlo Hotchman, the goalkeeper, to sniff it out. Hotchman will boot this one away. Peed trying to get on the end of it. One back by the Winged Lions. Quickly cleared away by Waterford. Here's Chabi, who brings it down. Goes out wide to Singh. Rowland Hall in possession. Hanrahan will go out wide to Hyman. Hyman cuts inside. Now looking for options. Hanrahan goes to ground. Singh winning it back for Waterford. Now we do have a whistle and a foul call. This one against Rowland Hall. Now we have a free kick coming up here. Mac Jones to take the free kick for Waterford. Ball booted up and away. Fran Fierro gets a header on it, trying to play it back up for Rowland Hall. Instead, one back by Waterford. Here's Aaron over on that far sideline. Plays it inside to Hunter Marshall. Nice step by Moore. And now we have a whistle and a foul called as Moore goes to ground. Marshall whistled for the foul. A free kick coming up here for Rowland Hall. Ball booted up and away. Tracking it down is Gibbons. Plays it back up. And that one will just slowly roll out of bounds and out for the goal kick. Goal kick coming up here for Waterford with 6:34 left to go in overtime. Ball booted away. Comes down now for Chabi. Chabi tries to play it over the top. Giving chase here is Moore. Moore will just let this one roll out of bounds with 6:06 left. Jamison Moore to throw it in here on the near sideline for the Rowland Hall Winged Lions. They led for a large majority of the game, thanks to an earlier goal from Miles Lee. Here comes Camden Judd, the goal scorer. Judd still trying to track it down. Fierro wins it back for Rowland Hall. Gets it up, trying to find Miles Lee. Instead goes out of bounds and out, and a throw-in coming up here for Waterford. And they'll change it. They'll say it deflected off of a Waterford Raven. So now we'll have a throw-in coming up here for Rowland Hall. Miles Lee tracks it down. Lee whips it in, back post, trying to find Hyman. Cleared away, comes back to Lee. Lee now inside the box. Nicely defended by Mac Jones and Luca Poole. Poole ends up clearing it away. Von Lintel. Here's Aaron Jones. Plays it in. And nicely collected by Marcel Davis. Halfway through the overtime period, still tied up at 1-1 with 4:35 left to go. Tracked down by Luca Poole. Poole loses possession. Ball played into Miles Lee. Lee cuts inside. Lee takes the shot, and Marcel Davis makes the save at the near post. Marcel coming up with a phenomenal save to keep the Waterford Ravens in this one as he boots this one away. Still looking for the golden goal, still looking for a goal from either side to send them to the state championship game. Here's Marshall in behind. Moore comes across defensively. It'll go out of bounds and out. A corner kick coming up for the Waterford Ravens.
Your attention, please. The game has come to a weather stoppage. Due to lightning in the area, we are going to experience a minimum of a 30-minute delay.
And we'll have a lightning delay.
It is required that you exit the stadium and go to your vehicle or some other.
In one of the most intense moments, in one of the most thrilling moments of this overtime period, we'll have a stoppage as teams will be sent to the locker rooms for a weather delay.
Teams, you will go to the locker rooms. Fans exit the stadium. Teams, return to your benches, please.
And I want to welcome you back into Zions Bank Stadium. After a lengthy lightning delay, we're getting ready to resume action here. It is overtime between the Waterford Ravens and the Rowland Hall Wing Lions. 3:38 left on the clock here.
Resume. We are in the first overtime period. There are 3 minutes, 38 seconds remaining.
If we do not have a goal in the next 3:38, then we head to a second additional period of overtime, where the golden goal rule continues to apply. It is the next goal win scenario here as the Mazer Prep Academy Lions await their opponent in the 2A state championship game. Everybody back on the field. We resume action. Rowland Hall in the white, they'll go to the left of your screen. It is the Waterford Ravens in the blue, they'll go to the right. Here's Mac Jones, who plays it. And one back by Rowland Hall as Javi Fierro gets possession. One back by Waterford, brought down by Hunter Marshall. Now Hunter Marshall at the top of the 18, goes down to ground, the whistle, the foul, and a free kick coming up here with 3 minutes left to go in overtime. Hunter Marshall will stand over the ball, getting ready to take. Chance here at the golden goal for the Waterford Ravens. Hunter standing over it to take. 5 on the wall for Rowland Hall. Hunter Marshall just outside the 18 straight away. Marshall takes the shot off the wall, deflected, and comes back out. Zavala trying to put it back in. It'll go wide and out for the goal kick. Goal kick coming up here for Rowland Hall. That ball booted away by Hockman. Here's Chami in possession for Waterford. Adrian Jones winning it back for Rowland Hall. Hanahan plays it up. Here's Miles Lee. Back out wide to Gibbons. Gibbons plays it in centrally to the goal scorer in Lee. One back by the other goal scorer in Camden Judd. Judd inside the center circle. Tries to play it up, deflected by Fran Fierro. Comes out to Javier Fierro. And booted away by Mac Jones. Rowland Hall quickly winning back. Ball out wide to Hyman. Hyman plays it in centrally to Miles Lee. Lee to Hanahan over the top, trying to find Javi Fierro. Off his line is Marcel Davis to collect. Davis will boot this one away. 56 seconds left to go here in overtime. Jack Peed plays it up. Here's Hunter Marshall. Marshall trying to dribble past Moore. Nicely defended by Moore. Hunter Marshall still in possession. Marshall plays it in to Chabi. .30 minutes left. Or excuse me, 30 seconds left. Ball whipped in. Comes out to Zavala, who plays it up. It'll go. Kept in by Aaron. Nicely done. Ball will go out of bounds and out with 13 seconds left. And we'll have a stoppage in play as there's a Rowland Hall wing Lion player down behind the play. The training staff here at Zions Bank Stadium coming on to take a look at Adrian Jones. Jones back up on his feet. He'll make his way over to that far sideline for the Rowland Hall Winged Lions. 12 seconds left to go here in overtime.
In for Rowland Hall, number 7, Luke Kanarowski.
Kanarowski checking in for Adrian Jones here in the final 12 seconds of overtime. A second overtime period here looming large at Zions Bank. Ball back in play with 7 seconds left.
6,
Booted over the
5,
top.
4.
Countdown here at Zions Bank Stadium, and that will do it.
That completes the first overtime.
After a lengthy lightning delay and the final 3 or so minutes of this overtime played, still tied up at 1-1, we will head to a second 10-minute overtime where the golden goal rule applies. We'll take a quick step aside here on Centricom Team Hive on KSLSports.com. Second overtime action on the other side when we return.
My parents know nothing about gaming. I told them we needed Centricom Fiber because it's by far the fastest and most reliable internet speeds.
Hey bud, dinner's ready. Time to turn off the game box.
Alright, this round's almost over.
These days, kids do a lot of their homework online. They talk to their teachers, they receive assignments, and they do research, all from our kitchen table. That's why I chose Centricom Fiber Internet. They have the fastest and most reliable connection, so my kids can stay on top of their schoolwork.
As a urologist, my job includes treating kidney stones, diagnosing, treating prostate cancer, and other disorders of the urinary system. Here at CVMC, specialists and primary care physicians all work very closely together.
As a family physician, being able to have continuity of care and direct relationships with our specialists is something we're very fortunate to have here.
I'm Dr. David Sewell, board-certified urologist. I'm proud to provide state-of-the-art care here at Central Valley Medical Center.
And I want to welcome you back in for second overtime here between the number 2 Waterford Ravens and the number 3 Rowland Hall Winged Lions. Final preparation, final instructions being given here by both coaching staffs as the teams take the field. And we get ready for double OT. The golden goal rule applies. Next goal wins here in overtime. If the two teams cannot be separated after this second 10-minute overtime period, then we'll head to the penalty shootout to decide who moves on here in the 2A semifinals game number 2 and who moves on to take on the Mazer Prep Academy Lions in the 2A state championship game. It is the Waterford Ravens in the blue. They'll go to the left of your screen here in double OT, and then you have the Rowland Hall Winged Lions in the white. They'll go to the right. Ball's rolling, and we're back in action. Underway here in second overtime between Rowland Hall and Waterford. Moore plays it away. And now Hyman in possession for Rowland Hall. Ball goes out wide to Hanahan. Plays it into Lee. Miles Lee inside, puts it in, and that'll do it. Miles Lee, his second of the afternoon, and it's the golden goal.
That completes the
Rowland Hall-Wing Lions are heading to the 2A state championship game. Down goes the number 2 Waterford Ravens. Miles Lee, goal number 2 of the afternoon. And it is the golden goal winner.
2. The Ravens 1.
The Rowland Hall-Wing Lions will improve to 12-3 overall in this season. After taking down St. Joseph in the last round, they take down Waterford here and will move on to take on the Mazer Prep Academy Lions next Monday in the 2A state championship game. For the Waterford Ravens, they'll fall to 14-3 overall in this season. Last year eliminated in the quarterfinals, this season moving on a step further in the semis, but will fall short of a state championship game appearance.
Meet at midfield for the handshake, and then we'll get ready to play our first 3A semifinal.
And it's Mazer Prep, it's Rowland Hall. That is your 2A state championship game. And that's going to do it for us here on Centricom Team Hive on KSLSports.com. I'm Alex Napoli. Big shout out to our entire crew here at Zions Bank Stadium. Want to remind you, don't go anywhere. 3A semifinal action coming up next. It is the Ogden Tigers taking on the Logan Grizzlies.
That will be played on Monday, May 11th at 11 a.m. here at Zions Bank Stadium.